What is up, XRP community? Happy Friday. Hope you have a good weekend. A lot of exciting news here. First, is the market going up or is it going down? A lot of people are saying Bitcoin's going to 10K or something. I have some information and a telling video on why that may not be the case. Also, this a 9-year trend line on Bitcoin. We're at a breaking point. Want to talk about that. Ethereum's having its merge soon. Want to talk about that. A massive $500 million whale movement of XRP. Could the Ripple lawsuit with the SEC be coming to an end finally? Talking about that. And then the Ripple head lawyer responds to the SEC chairman Gary Gensler in his Kennedy and crypto speech. And it's very hypocritical, so I'm going to wrap up with that. If you guys want to support, hit the like button. It's free and it's like giving me a gift. I really do appreciate it. It helps the videos a lot. I know it's annoying when they say smash the like button, but I make these videos for free. I don't show you bullshit affiliate links. I just show you information. So not financial advice. You never should just listen to someone on YouTube and then make a financial decision. I'm just a guy that likes researching this stuff and sharing information, but always get a financial advisor if you have money like that. So let's get into it. Is the market bottomed out?
In terms of, the open interest in the perpetual swap contracts compared to the amount of Bitcoin out there, it looks like the market's preparing for a lift. What do you see in terms of the price?
Oh, I agree. We've been doing this for 10 years and we've been through three big bear market cycles. And on average, they lasted 220 days. And that's basically what we just had. So I actually think we hit the lows in June that we'll see. And then we're on to the next bull market. And hey, it might be rocky and might take a while to get going, but I think that we're on to the next leg of a rally.
And where will that bring us to, Dan? What's your target for year end and then 5 years out?
And this is the interesting point.
Well, yeah, Bitcoin as a proxy for our industry has averaged 2.5x a year for 11 years. So that's always kind of my standard forecast, is that it'll probably keep going at that same growth rate for a while. But it is really important to remember Bitcoin's no longer everything. There was a time Bitcoin was 100% of the market, and then for a while, Bitcoin and Ethereum were essentially everything. Mm-hmm. Now there are many, many really important projects, and you've seen Bitcoin.
So yeah, he basically wraps it up with there's many other important projects. A lot of people are only focused on Bitcoin. There's things that are actually, they have technological value. Bitcoin is this digital gold meme. It was made for peer-to-peer money. It's failed as that. You want to have your eyes on these projects that are actually changing industries. And for cross-border payments and other things, XRP and Ripple are doing exactly that. A lot of people have been fudding this trend line. So for the past 9 years, this trend line has been intact, and Bitcoin has been fighting this trend line. Now, the one thing to notice about this current bear market in crypto is the macro economy, stocks, bonds, real estate, has never been in this predicament, right? Crypto came out in 2009, right after that big financial crisis. Conspiracy, maybe. Who made it? Satoshi Nakamoto means central intelligence in Japanese. Look it up. Satoshi Nakamoto. Look up what it means in Japanese. But this is the first time crypto has been in a bear market when the other markets are in a bear market. So we could see this trend line breaking. I'm not saying it's going up or it's going down, but that's just something to keep track of. We've never had a macro bear market when stocks and real estate and everything else has been crazy. And that's just something to take with a grain of salt. The Ethereum merge is coming up. Ethereum is going to be moving from a coin that's mined, proof of work, to proof of stake, right? So it's going to be a lot more energy efficient. One thing to notice, though, is there's going to be opportunities here, guys. There's thousands of people that mine Ethereum, right? And their mining setups could cost tens of thousands of dollars. Are these people just going to throw away their computers and their mining rigs? No. There's going to be looking for other coins to mine. So I'm not an expert on this, but if you want to make some short-term plays, a lot of these Ethereum miners are going to be switching to other proof of work coins. Now, proof of work is an old technology. I think eventually it'll be banned, but just keep in mind, there's going to be opportunities because these miners are not just going to throw away their technology and computers that they've spent thousands on. So maybe look into some other mining coins. I know there's Ethereum Classic and then Raven coin people were talking about, but I'm not an expert on that. Just want to bring your attention to that. So this guy was just saying the market has bottomed out, he thinks, and this could also be alluding to that. So a major Bitcoin price bounce is overdue after a massive position has been made. Guys, someone made a 600, this is usually an XRP video, but Bitcoin's important too. Bitcoin has a $500 million position. A bounce incoming from Capo of crypto. He predicted this as there's been an influx of BTC long positions and a massive position easily worth 30,000 Bitcoin or more. And he shows his software where he can see a heat map of these positions. There's tons of buy interest at these low prices, which is good to see. We are seeing positions filled, the price goes up, and then a new wave of selling comes in, hits the new orders again, and repeat. It looks like someone is accumulating hard, okay? That's obviously very bullish. $500 million is not a small position. Moving forward, whales shift 500 XRP, okay? 500 million XRP. There's a lawsuit. It's hard in the USA to buy XRP anywhere, but what do we still see? Record numbers of volume on the XRP ledger, and people trust the ledger to move massive sums, as we see right here. 500 million XRP is a few $10 million, okay? So even though there's a lawsuit and there's a lot of FUD and lack of regulation about where you can buy this asset, it's still being used in a lot of other places, especially Southeast Asia, which brings me to this clip right here talking about the BRIC nations. And you have Robert Kiyosaki, author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, a finance guru. Check it out.
Now, Russia is looking to go on to its own gold standard.
Wait 1 second. Sorry, my headphones died, so I have to change my audio output. All right, here you go.
Now, Russia is looking to go on to its own gold standard. I think that speaks volumes. Any thoughts to that, Robert?
Yes, well, Andy Schekman talks a lot about that. He talks about the BRICS. You know, the BRICS nations are Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. And he talks about how the Belt and Road Project now is going to affect 90% of the world's population, and they'll all be on the CBDC yuan. They'll be going into Chinese crypto, not American. So the US dollar, according to this guy Andy Schekman, is toast.
Right, the US dollar has been going down for decades now. It's eventually going to go to zero. A fiat currency does not live forever. Furthermore, countries only rule on average, when you have these dominant democracies or dictatorships, 300, 400 years. America has been at that point for 300, 400 years. And you see the growth of China, the exponential growth, right? All these outsourcing from big countries like the USA with huge GDPs to countries like China, India as well, not exactly as developed as China, but over 1 billion people. And then Russia, right? And all these countries are working together. And there's probably not going to be another world war, but we're seeing in real time the shift of power from what was the USA, I believe. And I love America. I think it's the best country ever, but it doesn't last forever, right? Will the BRICS countries use XRP as a medium of exchange? I'm not sure, but I do imagine in the future some banks will, because the competitive advantage that XRP has, sending money cross-border, central banks can transact trillions of dollars with basically zero fees and instantaneously. You can't understate that. Now, is there an end game for the XRP lawsuit? In the latest development on September 8th, the SEC and Ripple filed a joint proposal, as highlighted by James Phelan, a Twitter attorney. This would govern sealing issues relating to the upcoming summary judgments motions to be filed in this case. Both parties sought permission from the court. As per this, the filing ensured complete public access to the parties' beliefs in the XRP lawsuit. So, complete access to what the SEC thinks. That said, not everyone viewed this collaboration as fruitful. Stuart Alderati, the head general counsel for Ripple, criticized the SEC's efforts to regulate crypto, be it in the past or now. Describing the SEC and its efforts to regulate crypto, he quoted, "Make no mistake, this is a political power grab. It's not the law and it's not good policy. It's at your expense." But that's not the only litigation to consider. Still, many such disputes didn't see the end, still pending. For instance, the motions to exclude expert testimony were filed under seal on the 12th of July, but disputes regarding sealing the motions and expert reports, like the Hinman deposition, remain unsettled. And that's something we want to see come out, because the whole William Hinman speech where he said Ethereum is not a security is pretty integral to where we're at in the case. But when would this all end? That's exactly the top question that remained unanswered for quite some time now. However, this time, attorney Jeremy Hogan, an XRP proponent and U.S. lawyer, said, circle September 19th as the day we get to see most of the cards the parties are holding. So there's been a lot of debate, fighting, getting on the same page. On September 19th, both parties, the Ripple and the SEC, is basically putting their stuff on the table, okay? We're getting towards the end game, and Jeremy Hogan, the XRP lawyer, is getting very excited. Moving forward, let's talk about the Gary Gensler speech. So he made a speech, he titled it Kennedy and Crypto. Kennedy is the first SEC chairman, and the Ripple general counsel, head of Ripple's legal team, gives a good response here. In his Kennedy and Crypto speech, Gary Gensler hints that the SEC will use existing security laws to regulate crypto despite anticipation and calls for regulatory frameworks specific to digital assets. And get how hypocritical this is, guys. Gary Gensler says, investors, issuers, and our overall economy have benefited from those security laws and the SEC's engagement for nearly 90 years. That oversight should not change just because the issuance and trading of certain securities is based on a new technology. So he's basically saying all these cryptocurrencies are securities, and it's just a new trading platform. The blockchain is just a new trading platform. Kind of discounting all of the technological revolution of the blockchain, the trustless, real-time applications it provides. Gensler also quotes the first SEC chairman, Joseph Kennedy, as he urges crypto and traditional finance companies to comply with security law. And this is so hypocritical. He says, for those who are starting up in this space now, either from traditional finance or as crypto native companies, work with us, the SEC, on compliance from the beginning. It's far less costly to do so from the outset. So how can you say this when the people you're suing, Ripple, have been trying to work with you for the past 8-9 years, right? There's meetings with the SEC, the FBI, like 20 other huge organizations, the Federal Reserve, in 2013, right? Ripple was meeting with all these people in 2013, and you're saying, hey, just work with us from the beginning. It's far less costly. How can you equalize that statement and in the current Ripple lawsuit? As Joseph Kennedy put it, no honest business need fear the SEC. All right. And then I just did this quote. Ripple's head lawyer says, make no mistake, this is a power grab. And the Ripple lawyer also says this, another quote from Kennedy, the first SEC chairman, says another famous quote from Joseph Kennedy, I wanted power. I thought money would give me power, so I made money, only to discover that it was politics, not money, that really gave a man power. And it's a telling quote. And that's all I got for you guys. If you guys are still watching the video, comment Kennedy and crypto in the comment section. By watching the full video, you support the channel a lot. So let me know that you finished the video. You got to this point by commenting Kennedy and crypto in the comment section below. It is Friday, so I hope you guys had a good work week. Have a great weekend. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your families. God bless you all. Until next time.